Hi, my name's Ian Gunn, and this is my informative speech, and here's my audience. All right, so for my speech, I'm going to do it on the Great Bambino, aka Babe Ruth. And the purpose of this speech is to give you guys some nice insight on one of the greatest baseball players to ever live. George Herman Babe Ruth Jr. was one of the greatest baseball players ever walked the earth. There's heroes, there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. It's a great quote from Babe Ruth in The Sandlot, one of the greatest movies of all time, if I do say so myself. And, that really does describe what Babe Ruth was all about, a living legend. Well, now, just a legend. But, all right. So, George Herman Ruth Jr., better known as Babe Ruth, was truly a baseball legend. Some people say he was more than a man, but less than a god. Babe Ruth is considered one of the greatest baseball players and one of the most recognized athletes ever. He changed the game of baseball, and his legacy still remains today. Oftentimes, top performers in certain areas are considered the Babe Ruth of whatever that may be. I guess you could say Michael Jordan, the Babe Ruth of basketball, something like that. His dominance on the baseball field earned him many nicknames: the Great Bambino, the King of Crash, the Sultan of SWAT, the Titan of Terror, and many, many more. Early on in Babe Ruth's life, he was born on February 6, 1895 in Baltimore, Maryland. He had a rough early life. Only one of his siblings survived infancy, and his mother died of tuberculosis while he was still a teenager. He was sent to St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, a reformatory and orphanage, and this is where he was introduced to baseball. He stayed there for 12 years and only visited his family on special occasions, and he joined the baseball team for the orphanage. And Babe Ruth's first major contract in baseball, he was paid $250 a month, and he pitched against the major league teams of the Philadelphia Athletics and the Brooklyn Dodgers in spring training. Now on to his major league career. He was sold to the Boston Red Sox, only appeared in 5 games in 1914, pitching in 4 of them. He picked up his first career win in his major league debut on July 11th, 1914. In 1918, he started to become an everyday player and pitching less. And then, in one of the greatest trades ever, he was sold to the New York Yankees on December 26th, 1919. And he became a power-hitting outfielder who would play every single day. He played for the Yankees for 15 seasons and only pitched in 5 of those games, winning every single one of those games. In 1923, the Yankees moved from the famous ballpark Polo Grounds to the new Yankee Stadium, which has become the house that Ruth built. In 1927, he was the leader of a dominant lineup nicknamed Murderer's Row. In the 1932 World Series, Babe Ruth allegedly called his own home run, standing at the plate, pointing it out, drilled it. One of the legendary moments in baseball history. He helped the Yankees win 7 pennants and 4 World Series titles in his 15-year career with the Yankees. And later on in his career, he was traded to the Boston Braves on February 26, 1935. He only had 72 at-bats for the Braves. As he became older and his skills diminished quite a bit. At this rate, he could barely trot around the field, leading to his retirement from baseball on May 27, 1935, only a few months after he was traded. In his later life, in 1946, Babe Ruth began experiencing pain over his left eye. It was revealed that he had a malignant tumor in his neck that had encircled his carotid artery. And he died on August 16, 1948, from pneumonia. The legacy that Babe Ruth holds in the baseball world today, he changed the game of baseball forever. The popularity of baseball exploded in the 1920s, largely due to his influence, and he ushered in the live ball era. One of the greatest baseball players and athletes to have ever walked this earth. His famous number 3 was retired by the Yankees in 1948. A Babe Ruth Birthplace Museum is located in Baltimore, Maryland, for the viewing public. And some of his accomplishments include, unlike any other power hitters, he hit for a high batting percentage, 3rd all-time with 714 home runs, 10th all-time with a batting average of .342, 2nd all-time with 2,213 RBIs, and in 1936 he was one of the first 5 players inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now to conclude, it is easy to see why Babe Ruth is considered to be one of the greatest baseball players ever. He changed the game of baseball and increased the popularity tremendously. He helped make the game what it is today. To further add to his greatness, Babe Ruth hit home runs on hot dogs and beer, not steroids like some of the players today. I will finish with a quote from Babe Ruth. The only real game, I think, in the world is baseball. Thank you.